Does the channel provide value?
Focus on the foundation.
I am a travel vlogger.
It's always about communication.
Build those partnerships.
What are the problems that you solve for your clients?
Just being ahead on the technological side of things.
Leading an organization.
You not only want to survive, but you want to thrive. They said it wouldn't last, and they said that you can't drive profitable and incremental revenue through the affiliate channel. But here we are, 20 years later, and the affiliate channel is alive and kicking and generating profitable revenue for thousands of retailers across the globe. Hi, I am Jamie Birch, your host of the Profitable Performance Marketing Podcast, where we talk to some of the industry's best and brightest about their careers, about leadership, and about how to drive profitable revenue through the affiliate channel. Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening. This is Jamie Birch, your host of the Profitable Performance Marketing Podcast and founder and CEO of JEBCommerce, your award-winning affiliate management agency. And welcome to season 2 of the Profitable Performance Marketing Podcast. We started this podcast during COVID to connect with other people out there and interview some really great people. And that's what we're going to continue to do. Today, we're going to talk about why you can't afford to not have an affiliate program. Now, there are a lot of double negatives in there. We're going to talk about why you should have it, why you shouldn't be sitting on the sidelines, and why you're missing out and you can't afford to sit out this channel right now. So we're going to go into that, right away. So first off, if you are new to the podcast, definitely go back and listen to some episodes. But we also want to let you know you can share this podcast if you find it valuable, and definitely leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, all of those. Greatly appreciate that. So let's just dive in. We're going to talk about why you can't afford to not have an affiliate program, why you need to dive right in. So the first concept to think about is that affiliate marketing is a budget multiplier. So you may be sitting there with a certain amount of budget to spend on all your digital marketing channels this year. Maybe you have $5,000-$10,000 to spend to work with a single agency. Maybe you have all your spend is rolled up into one budget, and you're trying to figure out, how can I possibly effectively generate new customer acquisition and revenue through all the digital channels with this one limited budget? And that's a problem that a lot of people encounter. One of the ways that you can get around that is to use your affiliate channel. Probably the coolest thing I think about affiliate marketing is all those affiliates, they operate in every single digital channel that you could imagine. And in fact, they are usually the ones that create new ones. So if you are trying to spread out your budget amongst paid search and display and email, loyalty programs, and all sorts of all the other digital channels, you're going to find that spreading that out too thin really it makes all of them ineffective. So how do you use affiliates? Because since affiliates operate in all those areas, and it's pay for performance, so you don't pay until you get the order. And usually there's a float period. So we'll talk about that as well. But because of that, you are able to leverage that budget and work with one or two paid search affiliates, work with a display a publisher, work with loyalty publishers. And that smaller budget you have allows you to get started with each of those. And because it's pay for performance, that budget tends to be ever increasing and unlimited. And here's how that works. If you're having a little trouble following at home, the timeline of affiliate marketing allows us to generate our own budget for the program. So you work with affiliate A. On day one, customer A goes through the affiliate, places an order for, say, $100. Now you have a $100 order. You have $100 you didn't have before. Now that may cost you $15, $20 when you work all the fees in, maybe only $10. But those fees aren't due typically until an invoice is issued at the end of the month, and you may have 15 to 30 days to pay that. So you have this period of float. Now that's due. Well, how do you pay that with a limited budget? Well, you generated that budget when that customer came through and made that order. So now you're able to take the smaller budget that you have, find those affiliates, recruit and activate and optimize those affiliates in each of those channels. You may use some of that budget to get things started. You may buy a category placement or a homepage placement or a placement in the email. You may leverage that budget to give them increased commissions for a period of time to get started. So you can use those budgets, that smaller budget, in all those channels to effectively generate way more budget and get way more exposure, because affiliates are doing all that activity for you. And that's one of the great things about affiliate marketing, and why you can't afford not to be involved in it right now. So that, I call that the budget multiplier. Reason number two why affiliates, you have to be in there right now, is that affiliates have really built their own brands. So in years past, when the advertisers were the biggest brands on the block, it was not an untrue argument that you can expect your customers to come to you directly and not go through an affiliate. But times have changed, especially in the last 5 years. And we saw this early on when big affiliates like JEBCommerce and Ebates started advertising and acquiring customers to their brands through TV advertising and a lot of different, direct-to-consumer advertising. I remember telling a client who was struggling with this concept and really wondering if these orders were coming through, these new customers were coming through, and they needed to work with that affiliate. I was having a conversation at a gas station and looking up and seeing, I believe it was You Promise advertising at the pump. And right there, that focus from affiliates just running and leveraging other people's brands really started to become a null and void argument. These affiliates are sophisticated customer acquisition providers, and it's what they do. They've built their own brands, not just those two affiliates that I mentioned, but all the way down the line into your content and niche publishers. They are all building a brand. And so the example I have used for well over a decade, almost 2 decades in business, is if I want to purchase a pair of pants and I go to the mall. Now, if you are under 30 and wondering what a mall is, Google that. But for those of us who remember on a Saturday spending all day at the mall with their friends, if you went to the mall and you were going to buy a pair of slacks, your solution set, the potential advertisers, merchants, retailers who could get that order from you were only the ones that were at that mall. Now, many times my affiliation, my loyalty is with the mall that I'm at, not necessarily the different brands. Shoppers behave differently for different types of purchases. But in this example, many of the consumers, their affinity, their loyalty is to the affiliate, not to the brand. So they have spent some of them 2 decades building up their brand loyalty with their consumers. If you want access to that audience, you're going to have to play through the affiliate channel. You can debate whether that's right or wrong, but the truth is many of these affiliates, and not just top affiliates, but all affiliates, have been focused on building their brand, building their product to the consumer, and the consumer has more loyalty to their affiliate than they do to the brands. So that has shifted. And there are a lot of different ways that has shifted, but it has. So if you want access to those consumers, you have to work with that affiliate. And in order to do that, you need an affiliate program. So number 3 is new customer acquisition is simply getting harder and harder to do. In order to continue to grow, continue to be competitive, you need to be where the consumers are, and the consumers are at the affiliates. These are no longer what some outside the industry would call bottom feeders. These are sophisticated affiliates using data, using their own brand marketing to drive new customer acquisition. And we actually have a really cool client win that we have on our website. And you can go to JEBCommerce.com and go to our media section. And then you can see in our blog, there's a client wins section. And so one of our client wins recently, we were able to increase affiliate revenue by 4,000% for our health and beauty partner. And 80% of those consumers were brand new. Now, every merchant measures a new customer completely differently, and everyone has their own way. But the way that the corporation, the advertiser, measures new customer acquisition, when applied to the affiliate program, they saw 80% of those users were completely new to the brand. So we first identified the type of offer that individual publishers need. We ended up combining two current offers that were on the client site into sort of one super offer. And then we sent those offers to the individual partners. That promotion, that advertisement that was approved, included on the site, and within 24 hours, it received a ton of exposure across multiple sites. And because of that work, because of that cooperative nature of us working together with the affiliate, we were able to find a consumer offer, a placement, and a time frame that worked to generate new customer acquisition. It worked really, really well. So new customer acquisition is getting harder, but there are a lot of ways that you can work with affiliates to generate new customer acquisition. And we've worked with a ton in that regard. So one of the other ways, or one of the other reasons why you should be moving things, you're definitely launching an affiliate channel, is testing. So you have all these, maybe thousands of affiliates in your affiliate program, or tens of thousands available to work with. You can look at them as a testing ground. You can look at testing new audiences, testing new geographic markets, and testing new products. If you go back to conversation with Matt McWilliams, he talked about how some of his affiliates were able to work with their merchants to test out completely new markets and find a new area to market their product completely. Now, think of how much money brands spend on testing new geographic markets, testing new audiences. It is astronomical, but you have available to you all these affiliates, and there are publishers who focus just on single regions. You can work with them to test out your offer in that region. You can work with them and affiliates to inexpensively test launching your product in the EU or APAC or Australia with very little cost. It'll take some effort, but with little cost compared to how you roll out new markets in the traditional way. You're able to test that out with affiliates, and you get a group of very active, ambitious publishers who are going to go out there and test things out for you. You can also test new products through the affiliates. Again, testing new products, coming up with new products and rolling them out can be very, very expensive. But with the right affiliates, you get to test that. You get to test consumer offers. One thing that I did while I worked at Coldwater Creek, we tested a lot of different product types, categories of products, imagery, consumer offers through our email channel. We would roll out, 7 or 8 different tests in the morning and then send the entire email to the one that won. So think of all these affiliates as testing grounds. You want to test a free shipping offer versus a buy one, get one free. You want to test a build your own order. If you $10 off 100, 20 off 200 against a free shipping offer, you get to test that. You get to test free product offers. So there is this immense testing ground that your entire organization and all your digital channels get to use to test different things to then roll out to the entire company. One thing, and I think we're on 4 or 5 now of why you can't afford to not have a program, has become really apparent in the time of our pandemic. So I'm recording this towards the end of June 2021. We are coming out of the pandemic, but how things go in the next 18 months is still very uncertain. And the last 18 months were incredibly uncertain, very tumultuous and challenging. So trying to figure out how consumer behavior is acting, well, there's a whole industry based on figuring that out. But again, you have all these affiliates that are interacting directly with your customers in many, many different ways. So you can see how they're interacting well before the next Gallup poll, well before the next article that comes out to talk about that. You want to talk about a leading indicator of what your company is going to be doing. This is definitely one of them. Our Are you enjoying the show this far? We cover so many different strategies and stories on the podcast, sometimes it can be difficult to keep up. We get it. It's why my team and I compiled the very best strategies, and we counted 20 of them, in affiliate marketing programs and put them together for you so you can assess the health of your affiliate program and be able to optimize it for the best possible results. You can get that guide at JEBCommerce.com/strategies. In the guide, we go over how to address your commission structure, your coupon strategies, 10 questions you need to ask to identify strategic opportunities, the many ways you can utilize your affiliate partners to react and pivot rapidly to our ever-changing ecosystem, and so much more. Now, I want you to be able to access these strategies 100% for free simply for being a listener of the show. Get access to them today at JEBCommerce.com/strategies. Now, back to our show. Another reason that you can't afford to not have an affiliate program right now is you may be thinking some of the old school objections to the affiliate program. Well, I get those sales anyway, and I don't work with coupon sites because I would just get those anyway, and it discounts my brand. Well, a lot of those reasons that you wouldn't have started, maybe you've held back before, a lot of those things have been solved through really great technology. SaaS platforms like Impact, networks like ShareASale and Link Connector and many others, Partnerize, they have all created technology to allow you to pay for the sale that you want. So if you want to pay for incremental revenue and new customer acquisition, now you're able to do that only. You want to limit how certain affiliates are paid? You can pay pretty much in unlimited ways. If you want to give priority through that customer's path to purchase to your content publishers, maybe you're working with an influencer or a blogger or another type of content publisher, and you want to make sure that if they are in the customer's path to purchase, if they're within that journey, that they get priority for the commission, you can definitely do that. If you want to make sure that your coupon sites don't come in at the end and take credit and increase your costs on an order that was already in checkout, really any way you look at it, could be deemed as was going to happen anyway. There is amazing technology that you can deploy with almost every major network or platform that will allow you to limit what gets paid and when. So you can actually take care of that cart sniping issue. So many of that technology is available now that counteracts a lot of those objections. You may be saying, well, most of these affiliate sales come through coupon sites and I don't want to work with that. Well, the times have changed. There is a ton of partners outside the coupon and deal space. In fact, we recently, you can go to, again, our client wins section within our blog. Just click on the media button in the nav and you'll see blog. And then you can go over on the left in the categories and click on the client wins. But we recently worked with a health and beauty merchant. They wanted to grow their affiliate program, but really wanted to grow through mass media publishers, bloggers, and influencer partners, not your traditional coupon and deal sites. They felt the same way. So the question was, can you do that? Well, we created a strategic plan for them. It led to 100%, 107% increase in revenue, 130% increase in clicks, and 128% increase in productive publishers in 60 days. So we tested some campaigns with those big mass media publishers, and that leads to another reason why you can't not afford. We're going to talk about what inning we're in, according to MarTech record of the affiliate channel's growth. We worked with very specific affiliates to test their paid email campaigns. We also worked with our clients' PR and social media teams to recruit bloggers, more mass media publishers and influencers. And then we leveraged relationships with the affiliates who performed well for similar industry verticals. So brought in more affiliates. And then we provided product samples in exchange for reviews, a huge portion of that strategy. And then we optimized with current non-performing publishers outside of those two categories that the client didn't want to work with. And that led to an amazing amount of growth without coupon publishers. So that growth is definitely there. If you're thinking, I don't want to do affiliate marketing because it's just those sites, it is not just those sites. I'd also push you that there is great technology and strategy to work with those publishers combined with a significant increase in data available to help you manage those partners that will allow you to grow with those as well. But if you're staying out of it because you don't want to work with coupon partners, let me tell you, there's a lot of potential. And that leads to another one. Martech Record recently did a webinar on the affiliate channel, acquisitions in the space, and things that were going. And all the panelists were asked, what inning are we in? And maybe you've been in digital marketing for 20 years like myself, and you're thinking, well, we must be in the bottom of the ninth. This is mature. This is growing. Every single person said first or second inning. Why was that? Well, affiliate marketing has matured to a point where it is attracting attention from these mass media publishers. So all these mass media publishers, magazine publishers, news sites, they are coming in and saying, we have all this advertising space available. We want to work with affiliates. And they are performing extremely well. So more publisher types are coming into the channel than ever before. So now is the time to make sure you get in there, start building relationships, because you will miss those audiences. We kind of talked about this a little bit, but another reason is the ability to adapt to uncertain climates. For many of our clients, the affiliate channel was the most profitable channel that they had, and it was the channel that kept their entire company afloat during the pandemic. When they had logistical issues, we were able to promote products they had in store and in stock. When stores were closed, all the effort shift to the affiliate program. So in a way, it was a release valve of sorts, but also allowed us to adapt in much different ways, like I talked in the testing area. And it's also pay per performance. I always have trouble saying that. Pay for performance. You pay if you get to sale. So a lot of times in uncertain times, budgets retract, and you need to find new creative ways to generate that revenue, even with lower budgets. Because this is pay for performance, the budget is self-creating. So once you get it started, it creates its own budget. That's a really good way to get things taken care of and grow your channel. So I also asked my staff at JEBCommerce what their answer to this question of, and this statement of, you can't afford to not have a program anymore. And they came up with some and presented some really good ideas I want to share with you. We have a fantastic team here. So it allows you to reach audiences you wouldn't have access, or maybe you've never heard of before. Imagine all these, hundreds of partners, thousands of partners trying to find an audience for your product while you're doing all the other things that you need to work on. One of the other things is affiliates and agencies and networks, they have access to different partner relationships than you do. You won't have these on your own. Agencies like ours have spent 20 years. We're actually hitting 18 years in October, generating and developing relationships with publishers that you may only be able to get through working with one of these intermediaries. 81% of direct-to-consumer brands have an affiliate program. So most likely, your competition is already working in this channel. And if you're not, they're probably kicking your butt right now in customer acquisition. Right now, according to a survey, affiliate programs are attributed to as the top new acquisition driver for 40% of the brands in the US. The channel is growing. It should reach globally around $12.9 billion. And 16% of all global e-com purchases are due to affiliate marketing. So do you want to be left out of 16% of those purchases? Probably not. A 16% growth in your top line and bottom line would probably get you a promotion, wouldn't it? That is a great amount of growth. So you definitely want to get in here. The channel has grown up significantly, maybe since the last time you reviewed it, and the technology has expanded greatly. One of the great things, one of the big objections to affiliate marketing over the years is that it cannibalizes my sales and increases my costs without providing actual new incremental revenue. And that may have been true 15 years ago. The technology has advanced so much that you can set so many different rules to protect yourself from that entirely. And many of the major platforms and networks have amazing technology to get you into the channel and also protect you and your other channels and that integrity. So you're only paying for sales that you would get. So the integrity is increased, the opportunity is increased, and your competition is definitely doing that. So I don't know if we're at reason 15 or 25 on why you can't afford to not have an affiliate program. But these are some really good reasons that I outlined today on why you should be doing this. If you have questions about this, you'd like to learn more about the technology, you want to learn more about the concept of multiplying your budget or new customer acquisition or testing using affiliates to test, then please reach out to me directly. I'd love to help you. I'd love to answer your questions. You can do that in a bunch of different ways. You can reach out via email at gethelp@jebcommerce.com, and myself or my staff will get back to you and answer any question. You can also go to calendly.com/Jamie Birch and set up a time with me directly, and we can talk about all these things and whatever else you have going on with your affiliate program. So I really appreciate you listening today. I hope this was informative and informational. If you do have any questions, please just let us know. And if you enjoyed this podcast, please share it. We would love a recommendation, a 5-star review on any of the podcast platforms. And don't forget, you can get a hold of us in a number of ways to help you make your affiliate program more effective in 2021.